let's review, since this is another day, let's review a little bit more of that binomial expansion, that Pascal's triangle. So let's set that up real quick. Remember what we do? What goes at the very top of this triangle? 1. And then we go 1 and 1. Remember how to set this thing up? And it's good that you should practice doing this. We get a 1 and a 2, 1, 1, what? 3, 3, 1, 1, 4, 6. Everybody seeing what we're doing, right? 1, you're adding these up and putting them right here. 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. Let's do one more. 1, what's this? 6, 15, 20, 15, 6, and 1. Alright, that's good enough. So, what row did we call this top row right here? Row 0. And then row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so make sure we do that. How do we know which row we use? Because whatever power we're taking our binomial to, that's the row that you're looking at. Alright? So let's do this one more time, and then we'll stick some actual numbers in there and play around with some. Let's go, let's do that a plus b again. Is that alright? Let's go a plus b. What's the last one we did yesterday? Did we go to the, we went to the 4th? You want to really challenge ourselves and go to the 6th? Let's go to the 6th. Okay? So look at this. What if I wanted to figure this out? Now normally, if I didn't know this Pascal's triangle thing, or this binomial expansion, what I would have to do is this. It's a plus b to the 6. Is it just a to the 6 plus b to the 6? No, because you can't do what to exponents? Can't distribute. Very good. Okay, so what we would have to do, this would be like the old-fashioned way of doing this. Now, tell me if this would be miserable or not. How many is that? 4, 5, and 6. Could you even imagine doing that? What would you have to do? You would have to do these first, right? And you get a trinomial, right? Then you'd have to take that trinomial, multiply it by that. Then that big long answer, you'd have to multiply by this one. Then that one times this. Then that whole big old thing times this. That would be horrible. I would hate to do that. All right? Wouldn't that be nasty? Yeah, so we need a better way to do it. All right? This is a better way to do it, as long as you understand what's going on. So we're going to the 6th power. Which one of these is the 6th? This bottom one right here, right? That's row 6. I think, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, that's row 6. That's the one we're going to use. What do these numbers, all these numbers right here, what do they represent? Give me a good math word. Starts with a C. The coefficient. Good. They represent the coefficient of our terms. All right, so let's see what we've got here. And I can scooch it up just so I can see that row 6. There we go. So what are we going to do? First of all, it's a plus b. We take the first one and we take it to the 6th power. Now, we don't have any b, because technically it's b to the what? 0. And b to the 0 is just a 1. All right? So right now we just stay, and what's our coefficient? Our coefficient is 1, so there's just a 1 in front of this. Do you really need to write the 1 there, though? No. So we 1. Now, do the next one. It's a 6, so it's what? It's plus, and then a 6. Now, what happens with our a? We have a long journey with our a. It starts at 6, and then it does what? Goes down 1, decreases, right? Now, we didn't have a b there. Well, we kind of did, didn't we? It was b to the 0. So what's it going to be now? It's going to be b to the 1st, or just b. And that's it for that term. We just kind of followed that pattern the rest of the way. Once you learn the pattern, then this is really easy. Would you agree? All right, so let's see what we do. Coefficient, what's our next coefficient? It's 15. All right, our a is going to be to the 4th, and our b starts climbing up. So what's our b going to be now? To the 2nd. That's our next one. All right, we keep going. Coefficient, 20. Our a is to the 3rd. Our b is to the 3rd, right, because our b is climbing up. Do you see it? B to the 0, b to the 1st, b to the 2nd, b to the 3rd. And our a is going down. A to the 6th, to the 5th, to the 4th, to the 3rd. All right? Plus, next coefficient, 15. A squared, good, and b to the 4th. Isn't this fun? Plus 6, what? A, just a to the 1st, right? And our b becomes to the 5th. Plus, coefficient, it's just a 1. Our a goes away, doesn't it? Because it's a to the 0. And then this is going to be b to the 6th. And there it is. Look at that crazy thing. That's the answer. What's that? Yeah. Yep, just find that pattern. Look at the pattern. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? A to the 1 and A to the 0. then the b's go up. It starts off at b to the 0. So b to the 0, b to the first, to the second, to the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. And there's our coefficients, right? 1, 6, 15, 20, 15, 6, 1. We get those from our Pascal's triangle. That's why the Pascal's triangle is helpful, okay, to put those coefficients. Isn't that crazy? No, I don't think there is. We're not going to learn it if there is. I don't know. I don't think there is. But I just know of this one. This is the only one we're going to do. All right? What do you think? Now, we used A and B. Kind of made it a little easier, didn't it? So let's use another one. We won't go to the 6, but we'll use another one. I know you don't have a book in front of you, but let's see. I'll just make one up. We can make one up. All right, let's do this. Let's go. We'll start off pretty easy. X plus 3. And then we'll take it to the, let's take it to the 4th. All right? Now, if you were to do it the old-fashioned way, you would go x plus 3 times x plus 3 times x plus 3 times x plus 3, right? And then you got all this distributive property go through. It'd be a lot of work. I mean, you could do it that way, but it would be a lot of work. This way, it just makes things a little bit easier. That's what we're trying to do. Trying to make it easier for you. I know you don't believe me, but that's what we're trying to do. So to the 4th. This one's to the 4th, isn't it? Yes. So 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. Let's write that down above it. So it's, what is it? 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. All right, so those are our coefficients. So let's do that. So it's going to be 1 what? X to the, I'll tell you what, let's write this underneath so I have enough room to fit it all in one line. So it's going to be x to the 4th, right? Now it's going to be 3 to the 0, which is just a 1. So what's the next thing going to be? Now it's going to be, what's my coefficient? So 4, what's my x going to turn into? X cubed. But now look at this. This is not just a letter, it's a number, isn't it? Right here it was 3 to the 0. Now what is it going to be? It's going to be 3 to the 1st. Remember, pretend it was a b. Right here was b to the 0, which just didn't show up. Now it's going to be b to the 1st. But in this case, it's not a b, it's a 3, isn't it? That's a multiply, that dot right there. You see why we put the 3 there? Because this is kind of, it's multiplication. So this is going to be multiplied. We'll do the actual multiplication in the next step, okay? We're just going to put the numbers down right now. What do you think? You got it? Okay. So this was like our a before. This was like our b before, right? So it was a to the 4th, 4a cubed, right? B. But it's not a b. It's a what? It's a 3. It's 3 to the 1st. Okay? Plus, next coefficient, 6. Our x goes down to x squared. Now what's our 3 go up to? I'll put a dot for times. 3 squared. Right. I'm going to write 3 squared just so that we, a little easier for us. It is a 9, but we'll do the multiplication in the next step. Let's keep going. Plus, next coefficient, 4. What does my x do? It just goes to x. What does the 3 do? Times 3 cubed. All right? Plus 1, what? No, the x goes to 0. X to the 0 is a 1, so this 3 goes to the 4th. There we go. So just pretend that 3 was the b. Remember we did the a plus b? Kind of think of it that way. For some reason, when we stick actual numbers in there, it messes everybody up. All right, but hopefully you get that straight. Now we're not going to leave our answer like that. That's pretty ugly. So let's work this thing out. Now you can't simplify this x to the 4th, so I just write x to the 4th. What about this? This is 3 times 4, isn't it? Right? You got to multiply those together. So what is that? It's 12 x to the 3rd, or x cubed. Okay?
There's another
Plus.
12x cubed, like right.
No, you only add exponents when you have the same base. They're different bases. This is x and this is 3, so you can't do that. All right? Look at this right here. What's 3 squared? 9 times 6. What's 9 times 6? 54. And then it's what? X to the 2nd, or squared. See what I'm doing? I'm just simplifying that. I did a little bit in my head, right? I went 9 in my head, and then times 6, which is 54. I might need some help with this one, for the multiplication. 3 cubed. What's 3 cubed? It's 27 times 4. 27, that's 54 is 108, I think. Somebody do that for me, make sure. So 108? Nobody's trying? Thank you. It's 108. Okay. See how I did that in my head? I'm not like this great math wizard that can do all this stuff in their head like these guys on the commercials. You ever see these late night commercials, these guys? Oh, I can do 754 times 387. Boom, and they get an answer. I can't do any of that kind of stuff, but I can do this. 27 times 4. 27, if you double 27, that's 54. And then if you double that, doubling 54 is easy, isn't it? It's 108. So that's how I did that. All right, and then what's my x? It's going to be what? Just an x, right? Yeah, because it's just an x. Plus, and 3 to the 4th. Now let's think of this. 3 to the 4th is the same as 3 squared times 3 squared, right? Because it's 4 3's. So 3 squared is 9. The other 3 squared is 9. 9 times 9 is 81. So you can do that. So look at that. Yeah. So that, you may think that was kind of difficult, but I tell you what, that was way better than going x plus 3 times x plus 3 times x plus 3 times x plus 3. That would have been a ton of work. You still would have gotten the same answer doing it that way, but this was way easier. All right, especially as these get bigger and bigger, this becomes much more of an advantage for you than multiplying them all out. And it's in order, right? 4, 3, 2, 1, nothing. All right. Well, I don't think we have time to do another one. I'll tell you what. Do this for fun tonight. Okay? Let's go this. Watch. 3x squared plus 5y to the 3rd, and take that to the 5th power. I'm just making this up off the top of my head. Yeah, oh boy. All right, let me give you a hint before we go. Okay, I'm not going to give you a worksheet today. I'll give you one tomorrow. But this is your homework. There's one problem, okay? This is what I want you to do. Think of this whole thing right there as being the A. And think of this whole thing right here as being the B. And then take it to the 5th. So if it helps, you may want to just write this expansion out. A plus B to the 5th, you know? So it would be what? It would be 1a to the 5th plus whatever the numbers are, you know, the coefficients. If you want, just do the a and the b out, and then every time you see an a, what are you going to replace it with? 3x squared. Every time you see a b, then you're going to replace it with 5y cubed. All right? So it might be easier to write out the expansion for this one, and then just substitute this in for a, and then substitute that in for b. That might be the easiest way to do that. Okay, the least confusing. It's not real difficult. The math's not real hard, but it's keeping everything straight what to do. That's the hardest part with this. All right, so that's your homework right there, and we'll see if you got the right answer. I'll have to write it down because I just made that up off the top of my head, so we'll have to figure that out tomorrow. Everybody good with that? All right. This is on YouTube, so if you're not really sure about what we just did, go to YouTube tonight, check it out, and it should help you out a little bit. All right, that's it.